Right. You know, we have been covering the basics of economics. You have a very long way to go, and you will go. But to reach those higher levels of understanding in econ, first you need to master the fundamentals. The fundamentals are very important, extremely important. And today, I think today we will be able to conclude one aspect of fundamentals. So next week, we will start our new tutorial. For those who don't have it, I will send. So today, I think the first tute can be finished. All right, listen. Turn to page number 54. Page number 54. The problem of choice. The problem of choice. Problem of choice. Economics is called a social science, or sometimes a behavioral science. And that science is called the science of scarcity or science of choice, science of efficiency. You heard me, right? Economics is a social science, not a natural or physical science. In economics, we scientifically and systematically examine human behavior by giving special focus and attention to human responses to a particular problem. And that problem is called scarcity. Economics believes that every human being has that problem. Every human being faces and deals with that problem. It doesn't matter who that person is, how old he or she is, from where he comes, whether he lives in a developed country or a developing country. It is believed that scarcity affects every human being. Therefore, individuals, their families, their organizations, their societies experience various impacts of that problem. So when we see something that we can't solve, we learn how to live with it. We should. We learn how to deal with it. So scarcity is such a fact in life. Although when we were small, we expected, when we wanted something, we cried. We gave looks to our parents. So they understood and they gave them to us. But as we grow, we realize that the life doesn't go in that way always. We realize that as we grow, we can have the things we want, but we have to make sacrifices. We learn it. You have learned it, or you must be learning it. Sometimes your parents want you to learn it. So this is the essence of economics. So that Since we can't choose everything, since we have to make sacrifices, we have to choose. We have to decide on the things we want. We have to have priorities set. We have to decide what to do now. We have to decide what's more important for us at the moment. This is why it is said economics, the science of choice. තෝර ගැනීම පිළිබඳ විද්‍යාව. Science of choice. So it can be accounting, finance, management, stock market, whatever, or government policy making. If they have to make decisions regarding the making of choices, economics, the methods, principles of economics can be applied into that field. It doesn't have to be economics. These economic principles can even be applied to criminal behavior, can be applied to war and peace and or other kinds of negotiations. Right? Okay, so I'm going to talk about today choice. Right. ලස්සන topic එකක් පුතාලා හොඳට අහගන්න. හරි? Choice. You know, when I started my A levels, it's all right if I say something about my past, okay, like very especially your age, right? I really did not want to study econ. At least in the first term, I did not like econ, to be honest, because I thought it was useless subject. I don't know about you. I don't know about you. I put my maximum effort when I teach to get your interest, attention, awareness, desire, because they give you the necessary power to study this amazing subject. But I couldn't get this start when I was doing A levels. No. So I thought, what is this? Useless. But then I understood that economics was about the choices. Choices. So we all like to make good decisions, right? What do you think? What do you think? Abute? Don't you want to make good choices? On the choices ගන්න ආස නැද්ද ඔයගොල්ලෝ? Don't you want to make good decisions? And we all know the outcomes of bad decisions, neither. We all know the outcomes of bad decisions. So one of the accomplishments or one of the capabilities that we want to develop is the ability to make good decisions. And we know some people do it better than others, right? So it's based on their experience or the way they think in front of a decision. So if you apply, I don't know whether econ will make you rich. If you ask that question from me, so econ is the science of wealth, okay? Will it make me wealthy? I don't know. Will economics make me happy? I don't know that either. But I can say one thing. I can say for sure. If you study econ well, it will teach you how to set your priorities straight and how to make good decisions. And your best example is you are looking at him now, right? I have been criticized by many people in the past as a poor decision maker. And of course, I deserve that criticism. Sometimes I didn't have enough courage to make the decision. Sometimes I didn't know which information to refer. So human weaknesses we all have, right? And that is why I loved econ. I really want to get rid of that weakness. But today, my parents, people around me, like, you know, they appreciate some of the decisions that I have made that makes me, it gives me a kind of a humble pride. So in some difficult situations of my life, and as well as some people, I made good decisions, and I just help them also to make good decisions. So now people want sometimes, some kind of intervention of mine to make decisions. And I know where I was. So compared to where I am today, where I was, like, it was not a good safe place when it comes to decisions. But economics, it gave me, now I know how to think in line of, costs, benefits, very especially choices. Because if you learn how to make good choices in life, I think you will understand that there is a massive part of your life that you can control. You know, so it requires experience, but economics will give you some models so that you know what to look at. So this topic is about choice. All right, get your tunes. So basic economic problems, right? Part 2. Nedapute. Problem of choice. Problem of choice. So choice is a problem, yes. Right. Ondara hagannona putala. Right. The first topic. Meaning of choice. What is a choice actually? We can define it in this way. A choice is the selection of one of the alternative uses of a scarce resource as the want to satisfy using that scarce resource. Right. So a choice is a selection, and you choose one of many alternative uses. And for each of these users, you have got some scarce amount of resources. And you choose it because you want it. You want that want to be satisfied, and you know as you use that, the scarce resources will have to be used. It may be your time, it may be your money, anything. So wait, can you just pay attention to your life, right? The life that you lived today so far. Can you just tell me a choice you made today from the morning to this moment? A choice that you made. Please. Something, a choice you made that you know you made it. Choice you made. Ikmanta pute. Right. Good. Okay. Okay. A choice you made today. Okay. Today. Everybody. I need like it from, like, you understood. It's a very simple question, right? So I just want, when you answer my question, right, you will get that awareness that you have made a choice today. Not one, you have made lots of choices today. So I get like cleaning my bedroom, some right, and now one girl has, right, chosen this economics class over her uncle's birthday. I don't know whether you made the right choice or not. Right? And chose to revise lessons, revising econ over watching TV, right? Studying accounting before economics class. My God, maru choice ka kega. And one student opened a bank account today. See, you don't know those things, huh? See. And one student made a decision to like eat an extra cup of ice cream. Oh my God. Sure. So all these are choices. All these are choices. So it's very important to know that. Sometimes you did not know it was a choice. We have been governed by habits, no puta. Right? We have been like governed by like biologically. When we are hungry, we want to eat. Right? And then social conditions govern us. The culture, our family, other. And our habits govern us. They are the three things: biologically, social conditions, and our habits. What economics and all these things give us, they give new information. They sometimes try to change those things to find out whether you can take more control of your life over external circumstances, right? Okay, now you need to write this definition here. Okay, right. A choice is the yes, persons of Vijay Singh, correct, Puta. You have to choose among them. If developing an answer, also kind of making a choice, right? A choice is the selection of one of the alternative uses of a scarce resource, as the want to satisfy, by using that scarce resource. By using that scarce resource. That scarce resource. So now you know that you make lots of choices. Some choices you want to make, some choices you have to make. But whether you know or not, whether you like or not, you have been making choices. You made choices, you make choices, you will make choices. Right? Okay, so since economics is the science of choices, and since you want to develop your choice making skills, we normally call it decision making skills, you need to study economics well. This is a valid reason, right? Okay, now reasons for choice. Okay, why do we have to make choices? Why selection? When there are 4 alternatives in front of us, we have to choose one at a time. We would say, I choose this now, I chose others later. And some choices, we will not be able to make them at all. Try to understand. Selections. So now we need to be aware of, we know the making of choices is a part of our life. We know it now. So now we need to know what are the reasons governing our choices. Why do we why we have to make choices, right? Okay, now right, there are two reasons. First one, write down: scarcity of resources and having alternative uses of them. Putta, there are two things in that statement: scarcity, and those scarce resources have alternative uses, plural. Scarce resources have alternatives. Your time is a scarce resource, and that time could be spent in different ways. Your labor or labor of any other person is a scarce resource, and that labor can be used in different ways. Natural resources are scarce resources. They also can be used in different ways to produce different things. So that's the thing. On one hand, resources are scarce. On the other, these scarce resources have got alternative uses. So please write this first one. You can see there are two. Just write the first one: scarcity of resources and having alternative uses of them. Scarcity is not the only reason. Scarce resources have got alternative uses, alternative potentials. You can choose your time to do different things. So you have to decide that scarce time should be used for which use. Okay, right. The second one, unlimited human wants. You know that. Unlimited human wants. You have heard of that, yes. And not only that, the priorities differ. You have an unlimited set of wants, but you have high priority wants over less priority wants. So you normally give high priority wants more emphasis, right? You want to satisfy those high priority wants first. So again, now you know you have to make, you understand that, okay, scarce resources have alternative uses, and you have unlimited wants, the priority is different. And what do you do? Among those alternatives, you match, okay, this is my top priority, and then you decide, okay, at this moment, this resource of mine will be used to satisfy this want of mine. What about other wants? Not at the moment. What about other alternative uses of scarce resource? You're not interested, because you have recognized the top priority want to be satisfied at the moment. Just think, it's time. This is the best example, right? Time. I don't have to tell you that time can be used in different ways. Of course, you are really good at doing like time. You can watch movies, social media, right? Playing, sleeping, eating, right? Anything. And among all these unlimited wants, there's a particular moment, priority. When you are hungry, you don't sleep. When you want to go to the washroom, you don't play. Right? Then our conditions would tell us, okay, this is the high priority at the moment. So you want those scarce resources to be devoted into that priority. That's it. Sometimes the priorities are not clear. Sometimes, of course, right? So these are the reasons for choice. Okay, good. Finish writing, kids? ලියලා ඉවරයිද ඉක්මනට? අද මට ටාගට් එකක් තියෙනවා මගේ පුතාලා ඉක්මනට මට උදව් කරන්න ඕන. හොඳ දරුවා වගේ. Right. Good. Very good. Thank you. Ikmanta denno na ade mata support eka. Konde honda babala wage. Right. Good. Topic 3. Today I'm task oriented. I'm target oriented today. Huh? Task oriented teacher today. Characteristics of a choice. Okay, choices. I've got some characteristics. So where are we in the tute? Get the tute. So the characteristics of choices. Right. So these choices have got some features, some attributes, and we need to know those characteristics because we are making them. We are making those choices, right? Good. Characteristics of choice. First, write down number 1. Choices are an outcome of. Choices are, or you can just say choices are outcomes of if you want. Choices are an outcome of scarcity and alternative uses of scarce resources. Alternative uses of scarce resources. Alternative uses of scarce resources. So remember, scarcity and alternatives collectively show you that there are possible choices. Second one, Putta, different people make different choices. Different people make different choices. So what we choose define us. Okay. So within brackets you can write if you want. Personal or subjective. Personal or subjective means you make the choice you want to make, considering your benefits, your costs, your likes, your opinions, etc. Different people make different choices. Number 3, here, read it well. Choices are not free. Instead, they are costly. Why? Because there are sacrifices. We think choices are free. Now, for an example, you decide to use your time to watch television. You would ask, is it costly? Yes, it is. In different ways. First, more explicitly, more directly, when you switch on the TV, electricity bill will go up. That is just one thing. That is not the most serious thing. More serious thing is this time that you use to watch TV could have been used for some other alternative of time or in order to satisfy another want of yours, such as studying or have a chat with your parents. That's what sometimes modern day youth doesn't do. Their life has been dominated by a device called smartphone, and that phone is really smarter than those kids who are using. So the kids' ideas, phones are smart. So what do? They behave as if their whole life depends on this phone. They don't want to put that down. Instead, they always keep their phones on their palms, and other parts of their life goes down. It's because they're making choice too much of the same choice. So it's not free. It's costly. It affects your health. It affects your thinking. It affects your future. It affects your relationships. It affects all other work that you're supposed to do. When you understand this thing, then you will decide, then you will understand everything has limits, including the use of mobile phone. Did you understand? Did you understand? No. Good. Very good. Choices are not free. Remember, choices matter. Both the choices you make and the choices you don't make, they matter. Very important. Fourth point. The real cost of a choice is called the opportunity cost. Okay, I told you, no, cost. Choices are costly. The real cost of the choice you make is called the opportunity cost. And you know how to define it. And today too, we will take it into consideration. The real cost of a choice is called opportunity cost. The real cost of a choice. What is the real cost of studying 2 hours? What is the real cost of teaching 2 hours? What is the real cost of being addicted to a mobile phone? What is the real cost of getting married? So it's not nice to put those costs into those things, but I told you, no, choices are not free. Then in economics, you don't have to write this because they are in the tune. In economics, we assume that people are rational. In econ, we assume that people who make choices are rational, which means they are not fools. They will compare the benefits and costs and choose the best. Choose the best. So rational is that. Rational means they know what they want. ඒක මතක තියාගන්නේ වචනේ rational. තාර්කික කියන අදහස. Logical. Right? Rational is that. Okay, then the next one that also is there in the tune. People usually make their choices based on self-interest. Since we make the choice, we first think of ourselves. Most of the time, that's the way. We, as the maker of choice, I have to think of myself first. This priority that is given to one's individual desires is what we call self-interest. මගේ පුතාලට තේරුණාද මේ ටික බලන්න. Choices are outcomes of what? Scarcity and having alternative uses. And different people make different choices. And choices are not free, they are costly because every choice asks you to sacrifice something else. And the real cost of a choice is called the opportunity cost. And economics assume that people are rational. And although it assumes, right, most of the time, most of the people are not rational. Now, what about Sri Lankan voters? Are they rational? What about Sri Lankan politicians? Are they rational? No. But there is a difference between voters and politicians. None of them are rational. But politicians have self-interest. These voters, they don't have it. Their self-interest is not clear for themselves, right? So that's why you have to be very careful in making those choices. It's like, if you don't know how to make a particular choice, better to not to make it, like me. So I have decided to not to vote. So some people criticize my decision, saying that why is that it's a right of yours? Why are you not using that right? So you want to be a good citizen, so you should vote somebody. Yeah, if I have the right to vote, I have the same right to not to vote. That's it. If it is a responsibility of mine, I have to think twice. Right is, I have to decide whether to have it or not. Right? So that's it. So certain things, we don't have to choose everything in life, right? We don't have to do it, choose everything in our life. So some choices that we know that do not go with our lives, well, we should not, we should get, I mean, maintain our distance. I don't know, but this is my stance. Right. Okay. Now what? Part 3. What? Opportunity cost in detail. Opportunity cost in detail. Wait. Haven't we studied opportunity cost? Abhi opportunity cost kata kala nadda. Don't you know the definition? Huh? You know this. You know this. Right? You know this. We know the definition of opportunity cost, right? Good. So we need to just write them down and just organize few other things around this idea, right? Okay. Just enjoy, yeah? Just enjoy, right? You need to know how to enjoy education, right? Because it will determine how far you go there, right? So enjoy, right? Right. So that is page number 55, opportunity cost concept. Opportunity cost concept, right? Good. Opportunity cost concept, right? Now wait. Meaning of opportunity cost, right? We define opportunity cost as the value of the next best alternative foregone that could have been selected but had to be sacrificed because of the selection of the best alternative. Puta me balanna. Opportunity cost is the value. Value means some kind of a benefit. Hondara balagana man liyana එක benefit. And it value of the next best alternative. I told you, scarce resource as alternatives, and you are making the choice for the best one. When you choose the best one, you have to sacrifice, forego the next best. So that benefit that could have been selected, you could have chosen it, but you chose something else called the best. And now for you, that is the best. What you chose is the best. What you sacrifice is the next best. Suppose now I started watching yesterday, I started watching a web series. I'm highly fascinated by the acting and the story plot. So I want to watch it now. I want to watch it. So that is my desire. It has become now priority number 1. Right? So, but I watched it yesterday, but today in the morning, no, I couldn't watch. Why? In the morning, my priority was my kids. My priority was kids. So, a responsible father can't do that, no? When kids need my attention, when kids' education need my backup. So, I can't watch a web series, no? So, I had to give that up. I have to pay. Right? And then I had to prepare myself for tomorrow's class. So from 10 to 12, that. And then the late evening class, I had to make certain changes to the presentation I made. That. So today, that is the, I really want to watch it, but no time today. So today I thought of like in the night, I should watch at least one episode. You see? So the opportunity cost of all the choices I made today, teaching my kids, opportunity cost is the benefit that I could have obtained by watching that web series, right? Then nama kiyanna bෑනේ මනේ nama. I have it. The Family Man. The Family Man. Onila, you spotted it, man? Huh? You spotted it like this. Sure. You watch web series. Onila? I was surprised by seeing that name here. And how did you track it? How did you think? I actually got surprised by seeing you. I actually revealed its name because you mentioned it, because I don't know how you. Good. Right, good. So that's the opportunity cost of key 3 choices I made today. When I was teaching my kids, I wanted to watch that. Couldn't watch. When I was making few questions for the tomorrow's session, back of my mind, I want to watch that. Couldn't watch it. And I was making some amendments to the today's evening classes presentation. Again, at the back of my day, I would watch it. Couldn't watch it. Even at this very moment, I want to watch it, but I can't watch it. Understood opportunity cost. Terunada. It's not watching it. It's not watching it. It's the benefit of my mental satisfaction that I could have obtained by watching it. Terunada Buddha. It's not watching it. Watching it is the action. I do that action for expecting some benefit. That is the opportunity cost. Putalada Terunada. I unfold my life's moment so that you can understand it well. Harda, hondara therum gannon, harda. Huh? Good. Good. Right. So those days, when I was young, when I did not have those responsibilities, making those choices was very easy. Very easy. But now, no. Now, over entertainment, we have to make some responsible choices. Not because they entertain us, but they are more important for the lives of others who depend on us. So you should learn it, right? But definitely on and off, you have to have that kind of, fun. Right. Okay, good. So now you understood what opportunity cost is. Great. Right. Every decision in life has a cost. Even the decision to not to make decision triggers opportunity cost. Right. So wait, now I'll give you some examples. Right. Opportunity cost says that always the real cost of getting something is the value we forego due to the alternative opportunity that was given up. So opportunity cost says that the real cost of getting something is the value we forego, sacrifice, due to the alternative opportunity that was given up. So, Winston Churchill once said, never, 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 never give up. But economists would not agree with what he said. You should never give up on the things you really want or you mostly want. but you have to definitely give up the things that you want, but not as want as the most important things you want. So never give up. You have to, but not the things that you truly want. You should not give them up. You should choose them. But other things, less important things, you have to give up. So I know Winston Churchill said it like never give up. Okay. Do you want to win? Do you want to try more? Okay, try. Yeah, you should not give up on that. But when you try, you have to give up that fun or those leisure hours. You have to give up. So giving up is a part of our life, right? Next, opportunity cost is the cost of doing something measured in terms of the next best foregone, alternative foregone. So opportunity cost is a cost, and it is measured in terms of next best. So the cost of a chosen choice, right, a chosen opportunity is given in terms of the next best alternative. Now, for an example, what is my opportunity cost of making a presentation today? The mental satisfaction that could have obtained by watching that web series. That is it. My opportunity cost varies moment by moment, time to time, day by day, changes. But today I know very well that was my opportunity cost. Right? Good. Right. So you see that resources that have opportunity cost are called economic resources. Goods that have opportunity cost are called economic goods. Right. Now, opportunity cost and your choices. Opportunity cost and your choices. Opportunity cost and your choices. Right. Now, we all will choose one day, someday, a partner for our life. Parents let them mata banidane sir monadane oy me kiyanne kiyala. No, it's a choice that you have to make. So as a teacher, right, you are a teenager, no, I have to tell you this, right? uh, Choosing a partner is one of the most important choices that you make, right? And you can always get help from your parents, and of course, even though you don't need help, parents will give you the help. That is the beauty of parenting, right? And sometimes they can't agree with the choices you make. They will definitely interfere. Same here. Right? So you can't make that choice as an economic choice, right? Because you don't know the cost and benefits in advance. And when you choose a partner for your life, it means the other person also should choose you as the partner of his or her, I mean him or herself. So it's very important here. Nowadays, students don't know this, right? And even like adults, right? Uh, it's basically we all have come to this world through that relationship. So always remember, always you have to respect every human being, very especially the person that you choose one day, someday to be the partner of your life. You should never put that person's life into shame or danger. You should take responsible choices, right? You should be faithful. You should love that person unconditionally, and you should respect that person's background, family or his family. These are very important things to be a truly genuine, truly successful, truly amazing human being. I know this advice is too early to give. My worry is whether there will be someone to give you this advice in the future. Okay? So you have to be a good, responsible son, right? So, an responsible partner one day to make that important choice. So, don't think that I told something unwanted. You will understand it one day, someday, right? Okay. When you choose to do something, you lose something else. The cost of your chosen alternative is what you lose. So choose is to lose. You have heard of it, right? You want to make a choice? Okay, go on. But you have to run. You will definitely lose something. So then what is the cost of your chosen alternative? The value you lose from the alternative that you did not choose. So several times I'm mentioning the same thing, right? Okay, next. Examples for opportunity cost. People trade off work and leisure. The more they work, less leisure time they will have. So I know I have to make this decision. Work or leisure? Leisure or work? Next, the more a business spends on marketing division to promote sales of the firm, it will have to spend less for human resources, training and development. So organizations don't have abundant resources. If they allocate more funds on marketing, it will have to allocate less funds for human resource or any other function. Next one, Putala. The more a government spends on defense, whether on weapons or employing military personnel, the less it will have to spend on healthcare. So that's the thing. That is the thing. So no matter whether the choice is at individual level, family level, organizational level, national or governmental level, every choice is costly because every choice carries an opportunity cost. Topic 3, characteristics of opportunity cost. My Putala, now we are going to learn what characteristics of opportunity cost, right? Who would help me to read today? How the mata read karanna support karanne on the babekend? කවුද? Debra, very good. අන්න අලුත් ළමයි එනවා නම් මම ආසයි. මේනුකා, thank you පුතා. I will choose for the next time, right? Okay, Debra, කවුරු අලුත් ළමයෙකුත් එන්න ඕන. දැන් මේනුකා හැමදාම එනවා. Right. Okay, Debra, so අනේ මගේ අනිත් පුතාලා mics mute කරන්න ඕන. හොඳේ? Debra.
Yes, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
චුට්ටක් සද්ද වැඩි කරමුද මැනිකා?
Good evening, sir.
Right, good evening, good evening. Right, Puta, this is what we do. I will show you the presentation. When I use number 1, I give the time for everybody, including you, to write that down. After that, I ask you to read, then you have to read these 2 points. Then I give number 2, do the same. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good, very good. So you all should be now ready to write first, listen second, right? Okay. Characteristics. First one, write down number 1. Opportunity cost is a real concept. Opportunity cost is a real concept. Debra, finish writing, Manika?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now read.
Although in most of the occasions, cost is measured and expressed as a financial or monetary value, opportunity cost is a real concept. Opportunity cost shows not a certain sum of money, but a certain benefit that could have been obtained in the next best alternative had chosen.
Very good. Superb reading. Putta, normally we measure cost in rupees or dollars or any other currency. That is the way the cost is measured and communicated. That is the monetary cost. Real cost is not that. Real cost is, instead of buying this product with these 500 rupees, I could have purchased something else that is worth 500 rupees. So this or that, when I choose this, the opportunity cost of the making of this choice is that. Real cost. Instead of this, you could have chosen that. You can't have it. You can't have that because you chose this instead. Real is that. Something real. It can be, may or may not be measured in monetary terms. We try to measure. But now, for an example, my mental satisfaction that I sacrifice from not watching that web series, can I measure it in money terms? No. No. But certain now, the cost that you have to incur to participate into this online class, that can be measured because monetary cost is involved. That's what I told you. Sometimes the money cost is a part of opportunity cost. But definitely there are some other categories that we cannot define or measure using money. So that's the meaning of real cost. Mage putalata theruna deka real cost. Good. Real, huh? Real. Next. Right down number 2. Opportunity cost contains both explicit and implicit cost. Both explicit and implicit cost. Opportunity cost contains both explicit and implicit cost. Right. Debra, finish writing?
Yes, sir.
Right. Start reading, Pute.
Total opportunity cost of a choice may comprise of both explicit cost and implicit cost. Total opportunity cost equals explicit cost plus implicit cost.
Right. Is there anything else to read?
No, sir.
Right.
Sorry, sir, there is more.
Next page.
Yes, sir.
Read that.
A cost is called an explicit cost when it is incurred in money or cash, or a transaction can be recorded with double entries in accounting. Example, you incur rupees 2,000 as a class fees to attend to your economics class. A cost is called an implicit cost when it indicates a foregone income or benefit that could have been obtained had the currently used best alternative not been chosen. Example, the benefit that you chose could have obtained if you had decided to play with your friends instead of attending to the economics class.
Good. Explicit means the cost you incur by paying money to someone else. There you buy something. So it's not hard to think that it's a cost because everybody knows that it's a cost because it is paid to an outsider. But that is not the only part of the cost. That is explicit. there is another part of opportunity cost called implicit. So you want to play, but you have an exam, so you chose to study. So here you have an implicit cost because you sacrifice that something you really want to do, play, but you can't because you have high priority demand today, studies. So now you have another non-monetary cost. I'm studying, but that mental satisfaction that could have been obtained if I played with my friends, I can't get that benefit now. That is, can you measure it in money? You can't. That is why we call it implicit. Explicit means you pay somebody. Implicit means you could have chosen something else, but you did not, or you couldn't. So you sacrifice some benefit. Understood? Very good. And our lesson organization, right? We are doing the basics now. After that, we have economic systems. After economic systems, we have production possibilities frontier. Sometimes some schools, some teachers, they teach production possibilities frontier before economic systems. Before economic systems, right? But I do not normally skip lessons in the syllabus. I just follow the same way. So after the basics, we have economic systems. After economic systems, we have production possibilities frontier, right? But some teachers, after covering fundamentals, they teach PPC because actually that was the method that we followed earlier. But now in the new syllabus, they changed it. They put PPC to the end, right? Since I'm following the syllabus, I don't want to make those changes. But teaching PPC ahead of economic systems, no problem at all. But I would, and even I have sent the tutorials. That's another reason. Otherwise, for your demand, I could have responded like I have sent you 2 tutorials, and the second tut is economic systems. PPC tut is with me. I have not yet sent it to you. Right, Sahan? Right. So you explain a situation of both implicit, explicit cost there. Can you explain? Yes. Yeah, don't worry, Sahan, it's not difficult. Right. Okay, Shanaya. Explicit cost means, just imagine with some 2000 rupees, you want to buy a pair of shoes. Explicit. And suppose, just imagine, to buy that pair of shoes, you just did shopping of like, let's say, four hours. Girls, huh? Girls, doing shopping is your hobby, right? One of your hobbies at least. Mom, where are the girls? No, boru kiyanne pa. Anni isuri honda kella. Hari kiwa. Anitya boru kiyana. Oh, boru kara kello inne. But no, I alut lamai kirat. So puliya, definitely, sir. Why didn't he? Sahan ma hey yes. Some hate it, right? Right. Right. Now listen, that's the mindset of a girl, right? Mindset of girl, right? Like I understood it like after I started associating my wife and I was a lover. So I understood and I suffered a lot. And even to this date, the suffering is still there. But thanks God, because of COVID-19, shopping is not an option. So she can't ask me to take her. So I kind of, it's one of the benefits that I got because of COVID-19. Otherwise, taking daughter to this side Sunday like a Robocop, I have to walk. She chooses what she wants. Like I have to go after like a right. Right. So that's the life of a married man, right? Boys, you get ready to suffer later. Right. Okay. So anyway, girls are really good at doing shopping, and more than they make the choices, right? Online shopping, no, online shopping, of course, not as enjoyable as this, right? So I don't think, I don't know, my wife does not enjoy that, but even I don't. I enjoy that, means like for the stuff I buy, right? But you want to go out, no? Right. Okay, whatever it is, uh, there, which I had to explain, right? Just imagine 2000 rupees you spent to buy a pair of shoes. So that is explicit. And you gave 4 hours. You moved from shop to shop. That time could have been given to something else as well. But you couldn't do anything other than doing shopping during those 4 hours. So that is called your implicit cost. Some other thing that could have been done. The one who asked that question, Puta, understood? මට ආපු කෙල්ලගේ නම මතක නැහැ පුතා. දුව, understood? Can you see me? මාව ඇහෙනවද? Thank you. Right. දැන් ඇහෙනවනේ, ඉස්සෙල්ලා වුන්නේ නැහනේ. මියුට් කරලා තියෙද්දි කතා කරාම ඇහෙනවනේ. Right. ඔන්න. Right. Third one. Opportunity cost is the cost of the choices we make. Opportunity cost is the cost of the choices we make. It should be number 3. Right. Deborah?
Yes, sir.
After you write, finish writing?
Yes, sir.
Right, darling. Read.
Economics is all about making choices. And to make good choices, we must compare the benefits of something to its costs. By acquiring something, we use up resources that could have been used to acquire something else. This is called a trade-off. This says that to choose something means to lose something else. Losing the next best alternative is the real cost of choosing the best alternative.
Good, good. So trade-off. Can I have this? Yes. Can I have this and that? No. Trade-off is that. For the thing you want most, you have to give up something that you want, but not as powerfully as the first one. Trade-off. Next. Opportunity cost is a subjective concept. I have already used that word. නේද පුතා? අපි අද ඒක use කරානේ නේද? Subjective concept. Subjective concept. Opportunity cost is a subjective concept. Subjective means personal. Right. Debra, පුතා චූට්
Yes, sir.
loud පොඩ්ඩක් mic එක පොඩ්ඩක් චුට්ටක් හයියෙන් කියවන්න මම. එක වගේ කටහඬ හරිය ලස්සනයි, but I just want to hear it more. Yes.
Okay, sir. Is this clear enough, sir?
Yeah, now it's clear. Now it's so nice. Yes.
Opportunity cost is in the eye of the beholder. It is subjective, that means it is personal. Only the individual making the choice can identify the most attractive alternative. Only the person who makes the economic decision or choice knows the value of the best alternative chosen and the value of the next best alternative forgone.
Good. So that's why only you know what's going on in your mind. We can tell you what's important, what's more important, but when you make the choice, it is up to you to choose. This is why it is said that your life is in your hands, your own hands. You have to give values to the things you want. Because you are living a life, a personal life. There's a way you see the world. So that is why we say it's a subjective concept. Now wait. During this time, right? I told you that I want to watch a web series. And you did. Perhaps you want to do something else. To play or to play a video game or to read a novel or to listen to music, whatever. So our opportunity cost is different because I know what I chose and I know what I wanted to choose. Same is true for you. So opportunity cost is personal. Next one, Puta. Opportunity cost takes a positive value. Positive value. Takes a positive value. It's always, mage putala balaganna, positive means it's a benefit. It is a benefit. That is why it is a benefit. It's a benefit that could have been obtained. Positive. Opportunity cost takes a positive value. Pute positive means I want to watch that thing. Mental satisfaction. You want to play with your friends. Positive satisfaction. You want to watch a movie. You want to play a video game. You want to sleep. All these would give us benefits. So positive. Okay. Opportunity cost takes a positive value. Debra?
Yes, sir.
Kiyaman Pute?
Opportunity cost is always positive. When a choice has an opportunity cost can never be negative. Positive opportunity cost means there is an opportunity cost of making a choice. Resources that have positive opportunity cost are called economic resources. Goods that have positive opportunity costs are called the economic goods. However, there are instances where opportunity cost is zero. That means that there isn't an opportunity cost. This will be explained later.
Right. Listen, what did I say? Opportunity cost is a positive concept, which means when you choose something, there is something that you could have chosen, but you give it up. And it's a benefit that you could have chosen, but you decided not to have it. So now that benefit, since you sacrifice it, only become a cost. It's a benefit, obtainable benefit, but you decide to not to have it. Or sometimes when you have it, you don't have to decide, you can't have it. Okay, right. And when we have an opportunity cost, it's positive. There are sometimes opportunity cost be zero. We call this zero opportunity cost. I will explain it after this, right? Okay. The last feature, opportunity cost contains both private cost and external cost. Both private cost and external cost. Private cost and external cost. Private cost and external cost. Right. Deborah,
Yes, sir.
read Putta.
Opportunity cost may comprise of a private cost as well as an external cost. When the opportunity cost includes an external cost, we call it an externality. Example, when a person incurs the cost to buy a cigarette, it is a personal or private cost. But when he smokes in public, there is an external cost to the people around him. This is an externality.
Good. So wait. You know, we tell you to study well because yes, you put an effort to study. It's your cost. But you think only you put an effort to study. Do you think? Do you think that the cost of your education is fully paid by you? Hmm? You think like that. Think like a good citizen. Do you really think the cost or whatever, the painful side of education, only you bear it? No. Look at your parents. Look at your parents. අම්මි තාත්ති ගැන හිතන්න දැන් පොඩ්ඩක් හිතන්න. හිතන්න නැත්තම්. Huh? Many years ago, your Ammi was a young girl. Many years ago, your father was a young boy. They had dreams. And today, their dream is you. Right? So, sometimes they don't live the life they personally want to live. It's because of you. They never tell it to you. I tell it to you. Because I'm your teacher. I don't tell this thing to my kids about my life. I want some good teacher to tell them. So I'm your teacher, so I'm going to tell this on behalf of your parents. So you listen. So sometimes the dreams your mother and father had, their personal dreams, they had to give them up after you were born. So that's why you have to respect your parents. That's why you have to have personal accomplishments as early as possible, so that you will have a satisfied life, so that you don't have unfair expectations over the lives of the kids. Some parents are like that. Everything that they couldn't achieve, they want to get it from the kids. Or some parents think the other way around. Everything they achieve, they want their kids also to achieve. But you have to respect your parents because of this. Right? So, and sometimes now you can have big talks like that. I would never sacrifice my dreams for your kids, but I admire your determination. But you can't never say anything about a life that you plan to live, but you have never lived. I saw one student said that I would not live. You can say like that. Remember, but you can't talk about the life that you're going to live because you have not lived it yet. I'm not standing against your opinions, but it's my life's experience because I'm a parent and I'm really good at telling about my experience about others because I'm a teacher. So anyway, if you want to find a good reason why you should study, look at your Ammi Tati. And not only that, many of the taxpayers and many outside parties, sometimes you don't know them, they all support your education, directly or indirectly. Okay, so that is why when something happens to you, your parents, they can't bear it, right? Parenting is making sacrifices. Good. Right. So take a short break. After that, we can start zero opportunity cost. What do you break done? Okay, now our topic is zero opportunity cost. Now, one student asked, sir, there is an opportunity cost or trade-off only when we have something to compare. Yes, I have this or that, so I chose this. So the opportunity cost of this is the benefit that could have been obtained from that. Why it's a cost? It's a benefit now. It's a cost because I can't have the benefit now, right? So when we have such an alternative, we have an opportunity cost, which is a positive figure, a benefit sacrificed. But what if we don't have a choice to make? Huh? Then we talk, then we say zero opportunity cost situation. Right. Menuka, please unmute your mic, Putha, if you are here.
Yes, sir.
Right. Can you read?
Sir, I don't have the tube, sir.
What? Sorry, Putha, I think it's my mistake. Did you send me your email address to me?
But you didn't see my message, sir.
Yes. Sorry. Right. Right. Suchara, can you read, Putha? Suchara? Can you read? You say, sir, I can read, but I can't read now. Hey, mother. Okay, anyone, any other? Volunteer taggal, any putih taggal, mati berakaran no nikmat den. Volunteer? Didn't make it. Good. Shevon, okay. Shevon, first you read, then Tarini. Shevon? Shevon,
Yes,
good.
Good evening, sir.
Chutak sadhya very good. Right. So this is what I'm explain zero opportunity. Then you have to read these three. Then the second one. Shevon, understood, Putha?
Yes, sir.
Right. Right. Topic 4, zero opportunity cost situation. Zero opportunity cost situation. Meaning of zero opportunity cost, when there isn't an opportunity cost of a choice, we call it zero opportunity cost. So no opportunity cost situation. So in front of that, please write down zero opportunity cost means opportunity cost is zero. Quickly. which means no opportunity cost. Opportunity cost equals 0 equals 0, the figure. Right. Write down the first one. When the resource is a free or non-economic resource. This is number 1. When the resource is a free or non-economic resource. So opportunity cost exists for economic resources, right? Siobhan, Kiwan Pute.
A good is called a free good when it is not scarce. A free good is something that has unlimited supply when it is available. Examples: sunlight, rainwater, air.
Right. පුතාගේ කියන එක එච්චර අපිට පැහැදිලි වුණේ කමන්නේ පුතේ. A good is called a free good when it is not scarce. A free good is something that has unlimited supply when it is available. Sunlight, rainwater, air. We normally do not speak of opportunity cost of those resources because they are abundant or not scarce. Right. Second one. Write down number 2. When the resource has one single use. What is that? Some situations in some resources, Pute, they have only one single use. Alternatively, you can say they don't have, or a resource doesn't have alternative uses. This is number 2. Very rare situations, huh? Yes, Tishakya, something like that, correct. Devmini, you had asked a question, I did not see it. So if there are no alternatives, then opportunity cost is 0. Yes, Putha. Yes, definitely yes. When the resource has one single use, the resource doesn't have alternative uses on the other hand, right? Siobhan?
When a certain resource has only one use, it means that it has only one alternative. It also means that it is the only alternative that it has. As a result, it doesn't have another alternative. Therefore, it doesn't have an opportunity cost. Example, when the government spends on the construction of a railroad development, once the construction is over, now the railroad has only one use: rail travel. Now the opportunity cost is 0 as the railroad, once the construction is completed, doesn't have alternative uses.
Very good. 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 Putala, so suppose government spends, let's say 50 million on train or railroad development project, and it's completed now. So now how many users are there on a railroad? How many? Railroad එකක තියෙන users කීයද? Once the construction is done, it can be used for how many purposes? One. What is it? What is it? Trains. So it's a 0 opportunity cost situation because it has only one single use. No problem, darling. No problem. Siobhan, I appreciate you. I should be thankful for you because having this kind of a connection, you just supported me. Where many other students are here, they had better connections than yours, but you, it's I really appreciate. No problem, darling. No problem. I appreciate you, right? Good. Thank you. It was not a problem, right? Good. So that's the situation, right? Okay. Number 3, when the resources are unemployed, when the resources are unemployed. Siobhan, read Putta.
When there is a general unemployment, there are unused resources in the economy. Then those unemployed resources can be used to increase the production of one good without sacrificing the output of another good. Because previously, unemployed resources are used for production.
Right, good. Thank you, Putta. Thank you. Right. So that is an important point. It's here. When there is a general unemployment, which means there are unused resources in the economy, then those unemployed resources can be used to increase the production of one good. Key point here is without sacrificing the output of another good. Why? Because those resources were previously unemployed. So suppose some graduate people, right? They don't have jobs at the moment, and government gave them jobs. So in that, you can see a particular sector's activity or output will increase. But since they were previously unemployed, government did not have to take their labor away from another industry because they didn't have jobs. So suppose government hired them for public service, right? So that output will increase, but no sacrifice. Why? They were unemployed previously. So that is why when there is an unemployment, you will have this situation. Zero opportunity cost. So did you understand zero opportunity cost situation? It's very important. Very, very important. Who are the students who joined the class today? Please text. Ada apulai poda text karana tagala. Those who joined the class today. Shanitya Jaitunga, did you understand? Shanaya, did you understand? There should be some others. Only the newcomers, please respond first, Putta. Others, Putta, the newcomers who joined the class today. Puta, yes, yes. Udaya Kumar, understood, Puta? Right, good. Hari Pute, Hari. Right. So zero opportunity cost. Now, normally, listen, it's a very important point. We live in a world of scarcity. We did, sometimes you may knew it earlier, but after started studying economics, now you are fully aware of that. Resources are scarce. Good, very good. Okay, Shane. Now, Aganaputa. Now, normally, when resources are scarce resources have alternative uses. We have that in time, money, labor, capital, every resource. And then we are forced to make a choice. And how do we make that choice? We find out what we want most. And we choose that scarce resource to satisfy that want. Okay, that want is satisfied. What about other wants? No. And what of the want that could have been satisfied instead of this? That also we give up. That is called the next best alternative. Next best alternative. So that the benefit that could have been obtained is called opportunity cost. You give that up. And there are some instances this opportunity cost be zero. And they are when the resource is a free resource. Second, when the resource does not have alternative uses, it has only one use. Third, when there is a general unemployment. In these situations, there will be there will be a zero opportunity cost. Putala hondata haganna. This week you are going to have an extra class. Two important notices must be given. First, there will be an extra class for economics this week. I will inform you the time, the date and the time tomorrow night. And you will, I will share a information sheet, take a Google form, and there we will register. We want to register you in that our new website where there's a username and password. You can't hand over it to anyone else. If you do that, then sometimes if we notice that, then you will not be able to log into that after that, right? So please, it's for your use, for your protection, our protection, right? Right. So this extra class that we're going to have on this week is about the basic economic problems. Let me show that part to you. It's a small session, right? But we are going to finish this, the basic economic problems. And after that, this duty is done. Duty is done, right? Then definitely by this week, I will send you the economic systems tube to those who did not receive it. Okay, right. So when we send you that Google form about our new website registration, please fill it as soon as possible and submit. And then you will get a response from our emails, and then keep that password, username. I think later you can change it, right? Because that's what, right? And are we having a unit test? Definitely. in the beginning of August, you will have another exam. We already had one exam for economics. You will have another exam. And for business studies, by the beginning of August, we'll have an exam. Okay, right. All right, we'll call it a day. God bless you, Buddha.